Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tim here, and today I'm going to be doing my filming. For today's filming tutorial, I'm going to be doing a line clip, a stair clip with a rail, a stair gap clip, or just a single gap, and a long lens clip, and showing you guys how I film them. So now I'm going to cut to after I hit the line. Alright guys, so that was a very awkward like 5 or 6 minutes of me just trying to hit the clip, but here's the clip. See, this might be a clip if I cleaned it up a bit. I'd use it in like my Tim Strides episodes or whatever. So if you guys don't know how to cut clips, all you want to do is press your LB and just go over to the like right or whatever to cut up the beginning there and RS. So now I'm going to show you guys how I film it. So how I film it is I go down to advanced read cam and I hit yes, obviously. And what you're going to do is I use 10 millimeters. So what you're going to do is zoom all the way in. Then you in another keyframe and go all the way out to 24, and then it will get you to about 10 millimeters depending on what it goes to. I go in between about 10 and like 12, 10 and 14, whatever. So what I really like to start off, especially with clips like a ground like this, I like to start off the camera like this and keep the camera rolling, and at that same time I want to kind of bring the camera closer. So I kind of want to like bring the camera here, like maybe get it moving across the ground. As of that, I'm also bringing the camera up a bit, kind of facing it at him, moving it a little bit so it's not as shaky, and so I'm getting my skater in the frame. I kind of like this ledge trick here. I like this ledge trick right here, but I really like this ledge trick that I did right here, because if it was a bit cleaner, I'd probably use it in like Tim Strides episode 3 though, because I just need it cleaned up a bit. Tim Strides episode 3 is actually coming, looking pretty freaking good. I'm actually pretty happy on most of the clips I have for it. This board slide was really just, this board slide like switch feeble thing was just a little like throw in there because I wanted to get this angle done. And then I really just like, after that's in there, I like to bring it to the end here, maybe cut it off a bit, and let's see what the clip looks like now. So it's a bit shaky, but for tutorial sake, it's fine. Sometimes you'll just have to go back, fix the angles and stuff. So next, I'm gonna show you guys a stair clip or like angle of a gap or something. So I'll be back when I get that. Alright guys, so I brought us to the Pornhub park. Now this park is recently built by my boy Pancakes, this park. Alright guys, so I ended up bringing it to the Pornhub park that was built by my boy Pancakes recently. And now I'm going to show you guys how I usually film my rail tricks, or I've at least started to film my rail tricks, because it looks better than what I used to actually film them with. As most people do, I usually film 10 millimeters, and I usually like to film about like kind of like over the rail a bit, just not really under it, especially with like frontside tricks. I like to do them. Backside is usually different, so I will end up showing you guys a backside trick after this part. But for frontside tricks, I kind of like to film over the rail here, just kind of over the rail, but not a lot, like just. So it's kind of weird, especially how I did this trick. Quickly move it to about here on the rail, and then make it go about here, and then you don't want, you see how it pans back a bit? I maybe add a couple keys on, or a key onto it, and now with my rail tricks, besides like, I guess if I do really need to raise it, a bit because the camera was kind of high on the skater. How fast I went, it's not really noticeable, and for tutorial sake. So here it is. You guys see how it is. Now I'm gonna show you guys a backside trick and we'll get back. Alright guys, so that trick I actually did was first try, and I ended up doing a true switch back tail on the rail. So how I film backside tricks on down rails kind of like this is I still do the 10mm thing. So you zoom in all the way, you zoom all the way out, and then you cut out these keyframes, get a keyframe there, then cut out that one, then you bring these here. Next you want to find a good point where your skater will be at. You want to move that camera, kind of would if you're a real skateboard filming or something. And if your camera kind of goes into the rail like that, you want to find a good angle for it, and I think that is good. Oh, and if something like that happens, these keyframes here, and just stay kind of close there. Angle, if that happens where your camera goes low, just angle your camera up a bit, raise your camera a tiny bit, and it cuts a lot of it here. Now that was a bad part there on when the camera, that was a bad part on me and I had to fix it. So the front shove like that, and then a back tail. And the pan back, sometimes it'll happen, sometimes it won't. But so next guys, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a long lens, and then how I film my gaps, and it'll probably be at this same exact part. Alright guys, so I got my gap trick here. I did a nollie tray flip down the gap. So I did tell you guys both tricks would be at this same part, and I'm just going to show you how to do both on the same trick here. So let's do that. I do the 10mm still for gap together. You kind of want to look for that good angle, kind of like here. Put a keyframe there, and then you want to, I kind of like to stay on this second step just to kind of keep showing where I need to be at. But that's actually not that bad. If you want to be a super close filmer, because you want to stay at that angle and kind of like move your camera out a bit and like get under your skater more, and then actually follow him here get right behind your skater. Now I've seen a few tutorials like that where people would tell you to kind of do that. Sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't really work for me, so that's why I don't do it. And like sometimes I also like to add a slow-mo to it. But yeah. So now guys, I'm going to show you guys the long lens here, and I'll get right back. Alright guys, so now I'm on the next part. I ended up moving the park because I didn't really want to get the same trick there, or at least two tricks there. I don't know why. It got a little boring to me. So how I film long lens here, I kind of want to get towards the middle here, and I am at the love park. This park was built. But how you film long lens here is you want to start off with 24. So you go to advanced free cam, just go to 24, then you want to go all the way up to 75, then it kind of like keeps your camera moving and stuff, and you want to try getting as high up as you can, or at least you possibly can, and then when the number starts to stop, kind of keep the keyframe for right there, and then delete both of those keyframes, and then you could really just keep the keyframe right there. Now, yeah, obviously with the long lens, your skater will probably get cut out. And if you don't want your skater to get cut out, you can back up your camera and just do this. Now, so I don't really think that looks good. I always like to my camera up a bit like this, and my skater gets cut out. Now, with long lens, a lot of people like to throw a slow-mo in it. So what I'll do is I'll throw a slow-mo here. I like to throw slow-mos in my long lens sometimes. Like if you guys noticed my one video where I do like all this crafty stuff in my Rise RC, I did a little bit of a craft like long lens thing. I also did it in the pancake video I did with him at the YouTube Plaza. It wasn't that hard to do. You just have to know the type of angle you're gonna go with, and you have to kind of use long lens. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys check out my Twitch, my Twitter, and my YouTube all here on the screen, and the previous video right here on the screen. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.